All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. What did I do? Hold on a second. I'm trying to make this Okay, there we go. Okay, so Matt, Molly, and Christine, I don't know if you guys want to be seen, but I can't, oh, and Sam, I can't see you guys. Okay. All right, well, welcome. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. It's the start of a brand new week, and I cannot believe it's almost May. It's been such a crazy month. Oh, there you are. Hey, Molly. Okay, well, my name is Amber, and we're going to go ahead and get started in child's pose. Let's have everybody make their way onto their hands and feet, or hands and knees. Maybe before you go into child's pose, you take a little rock from side to side. Take your time making your way down. And then when you get there, connect to the earth. And then just spread out into the expanse. Fingertips go to the front, hips press to the back. Bring the big toes to touch. And start to notice what in your body right now feels heavy. Use this time to take up your breath and then let it go. So everyone pull a deep inhale into your nose right now together. A deep breath in. Hold it right here up at the top. Let it just fill your whole body right now. Open up, let it go. And keep doing that. Big breaths in, big breaths out. All right, on your next inhale, walk your fingers over to the right corner of your mat. Take a deep breath in, move back to center. Reach your fingers forward, deep inhale, exhale over to the left corner of your mat. Some of us have probably been taking up some extra hours of sleep here to fill our time. I know I've definitely been doing that. And in doing that, I'm getting like, sometimes I wake up with sleep injuries. I'll have like a kink in my back or my neck. The more, these habits that we have, even when we're not awake, it doesn't matter. The things that we do often are the things that affect us the most. So yoga. Move into that side. Take one more inhale over here. Exhale over to the left. And then move back to the middle. Let's go into tabletop. So after you find your shape, move. There's no rules for tabletop. Just do what feels good. Get into your body. Involve all of your joints, your head, your neck, your knuckles, your toes. Crack and pop what needs to crack and pop. Move your wrists towards you so that your fingertips are facing your knees. Just stretch out those wrists. If they feel tight, keep them here. If they don't, bend your elbows. a little extra dimension to that stretch. Take a big inhale. Let out a big exhale. Start to do some cat-cow. So we're lowering the belly down towards the ground on our inhale. Take the gaze up. Exhale, lift your tail up toward the ceiling. Round your spine. Go back down. And just keep moving. Take 3 or 4 of these. Now just at your pace and then come back to a flat back when you're done so that I know. And now curl your toes under, press your tail up to the sky for downward facing dog. We're gonna take a couple breaths right here, just moving, maybe moving your hips from side to side, noticing the grip that you have on the ground with your hands. Go ahead and fan out your toes. And then press your chest a little bit closer to your thighs. Almost closing up that gap, just to open up the backs and shoulders. Draw your thoracic spine in and your upper arm bones back. And then take a big inhale, lift your right leg up into the air. And float it back down. Same thing on the left side, take the left leg up and lower it back down to the ground. Let's do it again on the other side, right side up. Big breath in, exhale, float back down. Good, take a breath, lift your left leg. We're just gonna keep doing this for a couple seconds to warm up the backs of our legs. Good, lower the left leg back down. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale the right leg down. Inhale the left leg up. Float the left leg down, take the right leg up. This time let's bend our knee and open our hips. So just one step further. This time, open your back, open your chest. Press your right heel over towards the left and just see if you can flex those toes away from your face. Maybe even shifting the gaze underneath your opposite armpit. Breathing deeply, find a little more space. Come back to center, square your hips and step your right foot to your right hand for low lunge. And if you want a little more, you can come down onto your forearms here. Or you can stay right where you are, grounded on the palms of your hands. Just keep your back knee lifted. If you've got the impulse to want to take that back knee down, and keep that up. It's going to open up the back leg. And that's going to prepare us for a lot of the movements that we're going to do going forward. And move back to 3-legged downward facing dog with the right leg up in the air, and then point your toes. Flex your foot, and then point your toes, and then flex your foot, and then float that right leg down. Lift your left leg up. Bend your knee, open your hip. And then see if you can get some rotation going here in the chest, in the thoracic spine. Move that open so that your chest is starting to come up towards the ceiling. Take a big breath in, press your left heel over. A low lunge. Step your left foot to your left hand, lower down. Breathe. Reach the crown of your head towards the front of your space. And then shift forward if you're not already, onto your toes on the back foot. So the heel is coming over those toes, and then reach your left thigh forward. Press your right thigh back. And take one more inhale. And then step your right foot up to meet your right hand. Let's go to goddess pose. So right at the front of your mat, come into your low yogi squat here with the elbows pressing on the knees, opening up the hips. Let your tailbone drop. So we're kind of shifting our hips forward to keep us upright. What we don't want is to have the anterior tilt here where we're sticking our butts out. You want to rotate that down. And sometimes if it helps, sometimes I like to reach my arms out in front of me for a little counterbalance. That's up to you, but whatever it is that you need to do right now, just keep your chest forward, shoulders back. Draw it all into your center line. Rock from side to side if it helps open up the hips. Do what's going to free you up. Move into what feels light and fluffy right now. We're still just kind of getting the hang of all this morning. Maybe some of us haven't even been out of our beds for more than a few minutes. Whatever your case, we're letting ourselves open at our own pace here. So go ahead and drop your fingers down to the floor. And then heel toe your feet in. But just a tiny bit. We're going into ragdoll, so you want about a hip width distance apart here. And then just kind of grab the elbows. Let the head drop. And take a load off or two. And again, continue to notice any heaviness right now. Take a couple of big inhales to clear that out of your space. And then take a couple inhales to bring in something new. And take your shoulders back and then your hands behind you. Maybe just straight up, and then if you can, go ahead and clasp your fingers together. Rinse out your shoulders. Let your head continue to find its way down towards the ground. Come all the way back up. Take a breath in, heel toe your feet together. Deep inhale as the hands reach to meet together at the top. So connect your hands and then bring them down to heart center. Let's start with an Om. Everyone, deep breath in. Go back up, mountain pose. This time spread the arms wide to a Y if we were in the, if we were making letters. And roll your wrists, crack your knuckles. Take a breath, set your gaze up between your hands. Exhale, big forward fold. So fingertips go down towards the ground, let the head drop again. Take a big breath in, come up halfway. Fold. Halfway lift, and reach the crown of the head forward. This time, press your tail back, so find more length in this forward fold. This halfway lift. And then step back to plank. So still keeping that length. We're getting even longer now, extending our legs and our feet behind us. Start to bend your elbows, low plank. So keeping your arms in tight towards your body, take a breath in, up dog. Open up your chest, open your back. Stay for a second. Look over the right shoulder. And look over your left shoulder. Go back, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, take a big step forward. And inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, fold. Take a breath, Tadasana. A big expansion as you reach your fingers up. Big exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to your plank. Low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come to the front of your mat. Half lift, fold, Tadasana, reach up towards the sky. Get even longer this time. Press your feet down to reach up. Bow forward. Big inhale, halfway lift. Big exhale, jump back to chaturanga or high to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, whatever the ha this time. Big exhale. Look between your hands, move there. Half lift, fold, chair pose. So rise all the way up and then sit all the way down so that you can feel the weight moving into your heels. You should be able to look at your toes. Well, not just look at your toes, but you should be able to see your toes. Spread them out. Make some space. And then shift your weight back. So again, just like we did in our, I don't know what pose that was where I was teaching you guys about your tailbone. It was recently. You just don't want that anterior pelvic tilt, so you want to rotate that down and under. If you've ever wondered why you have a little bit of back pain after chair pose, that's why. The same thing can happen during your warriors, so let's look out for that today. Breathe. Good. Draw your shoulders back, arms up, look between your hands, keep those biceps tight to the ears, and then exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Right leg goes up into the air, lift it high. And step your right foot to your right hand, a low lunge. Good. Take a minute to set your feet up. Spin your back heel down. Take a breath and rise up, warrior one. Big breath, lift your arms. And bring into some awareness into what you're doing with your hands right now. I notice when I watch myself doing this on camera, I'm always doing something weird with my hands that I don't feel like I'm doing. Do you guys have that? If you're looking at yourself on your webcam right now, see what you're doing. Open up your fingers wide. Take a breath, look up. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And take your left leg into the air, warrior one, or low lunge. Rise up, warrior one. Swing your back heel, lift your hands, shift your gaze, look up. 2 breaths. Okay, notice what's going on with your tailbone in that back here. You're gonna get a way bigger stretch if you press your tailbone under, lifting the front of your pelvis up. Notice what happens when you do that, how much access you get into this back hip flexor here. Feeling tight? Drop your tailbone. Take a breath, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Let's do that again. Look between your hands, hop or step forward. Halfway lift, fold, move to chair. This time, bring your hands to heart center. And let's twist to the right. So we're gonna bring the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Notice if you feel tight in doing this right now. This is the first time I've really opened my back today. Feeling a little tight. Take a deep breath in. Look up over the top shoulder and return to chair pose. Reach the arms up, look up. Exhale, bring your hands back to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, twist over to the left. So that's right elbow outside of the left knee. Look up. Take your arms back up for chair. Take a big breath in. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back to chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Right side, warrior one. Step it forward. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, warrior one. Take a big reach, take a big breath. Exhale down, chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Bend your knees, hop between your hands. Halfway lift, forward fold, chair pose. Fold. Half rise, chaturanga. Upward dog, downward facing dog. Right side warrior one, last time. Well, this time just for fun, flip your palm over, reverse your warrior, then down to chaturanga. Left side, warrior one. Reach your left hand forward, flip your palm, go back. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Let out a big old sigh. I made a pie chart of what I've been doing with all my time yesterday. Not even because I've been bored, just because I've noticed that a lot of my time is going to things I don't want it to go to. And it didn't seem accurate when I was sitting there looking at it. And so I noticed a lot of my mental energy has been going to just kind of like obsessing over the same things lately. Things like, why can't I fill in the blank? Why haven't I fill in the blank? And what I'm starting to notice about that is one of the most damaging words for me is the word should. Because I'm always saying that to myself, I should blank, I should blank. How many of you guys do that? Does that sound familiar? Yeah. But then if I say why to that, then it's like, because somebody told me I should. Because I'll feel guilty if I don't. And so it starts to take some of the weight off of me when I realize that those are things I never wanted to do anyway. So if you guys notice that word creeping into your practice today, I should, let that go. And maybe replace that with I could, if I wanted to. So let's move on. Take your right leg up into the air. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Your option is to stay here or go into flip dog. You could go into flip dog. Do you want to? Does it feel right? If it doesn't, stay where you are and open up from the place that you're already in. Press your heel over towards the opposite wall. Flex your toes away from your face. You can still open up your body right here. Draw your shoulders back, press your chest up. Yeah, and if you're already in your flip dog, go for wheel if you want to. You could. But should you? I don't know. You do. And go back to downward facing dog. Take a breath in and reset. Spread out your fingers, spread out your toes. Lift your left leg up into the air this time and bend your knee. Open your hip. Where do you want to go? Where's your body telling you to go? I practice a lot of my yoga practices like I'm following a prompt. Not from the teacher, but there's this chitter chatter in the back of my head that's like, well, naturally you're going to go here because that's the next step. If we could just clear out all of that dialogue, then we can figure out what we're kind of, I don't even want to say the word supposed to. We should figure out where we need to be. Need, that's the word. You can go back into downward facing dog. Take a big breath into your nose. Let a big exhale out of your mouth. And then take your right leg up into the air again. This time, step it forward into low lunge. Move up to crescent lunge. Take a big breath. Lift your hands up. And the reason why we did low lunge first is so that you guys could figure out how you wanted to set this up. If you want more space between your feet, that gives you the opportunity right there. Take a breath. Lift your fingertips. Look between your hands. And let's take a standing leg raise. So let's take our left leg, our left knee up to hip height. Big breath in here. Roll your ankle if it needs to crack. Take a breath. Let's go back to warrior three. Reach it forward. Good. So look down at your mat. Take your gaze down. Draw your shoulders back. Take an inhale. Bring your hands to heart center. Step back to your lunge. Now lift your arms back up. Bring them to heart center. Let's twist to the right. This could be an open twist. This could be a hands to heart center closed kind of twist. You could do either. Which one fits? Breathe. If you're in your closed twist and you want to get even more open, go ahead and drop that left hand down to the ground. Lift your right arm up, look up. Twist open. Breathe. Take another inhale. Exhale, spin to warrior two. Reverse your warrior. At extended side angle. Take a big breath in here. And then expand from the inside out. Nothing is implied from that statement. I'm not telling you where to go next. I'm just telling you there's a lot of options. So explore. I'll go for birds of paradise if that's in your practice. If it feels good. Maybe another guideline to go by, which is something we probably don't ask ourselves a lot, is it going to make me happy? Am I going to feel more fulfilled if I go into birds of paradise right now? If not, why? There should always be a why. Okay, go to chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, move into plank. And then from here, roll into side plank. So we're down on the right hand. Left arm is lifted. Look up at the sky and then go into whatever your higher expression is. Maybe from here, that's just pressing your hips up a little bit higher. It counts. Breathe. And just be willing to take the next step if that opportunity arises and it feels right. Maybe you're at a point where you feel so light on 2 feet that you just want to see what happens if you lift up that other foot. Maybe it just becomes 1 foot supporting you today. Take a breath. Go back to plank. And move into low plank. Now upward dog, downward facing dog. And step your left foot to your left hand, low lunge. Now the idea here, again, is to set up for your high lunge. Spread your feet apart from right to left. Take a breath in, rise up, high lunge, crescent lunge. Draw your shoulders to the back of your space. Take an inhale, look up. Standing leg raise. So we're gonna move this right knee up to hip height. I roll that ankle if it needs it. Mine always crack when I do this. Take a breath. And then let's move into warrior three. So we're gonna reach those hands forward, press your right heel back. Look down. Bring your hands to heart center. Step back to your lunge. Take a deep breath in, reach back up. And then bring your hands to heart center. Open up to the left, big open twist or closed twist. Take another breath in. Let another breath out. Warrior two. And spin to the other side. Keep your chest open. Reach your arms out to your sides. Reverse your warrior. Extended side angle. One more breath right here, wherever you are. Expand into the space. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. I move back to plank. And then side plank on your other side. Breathe. Good, you guys, press your bottom hips up towards the sky. One more inhale. That's it. One more exhale. Come back to plank, low plank, upward dog, downward facing dog. All right. Look between your hands, hopper step forward. Halfway lift, fold, go right into chair. All right, rise up and then let's wind the right leg over the left leg and the right arm under the left arm for eagle. If you're having a hard time getting, I'll show you from a side view. If you have a hard time getting your elbows up to shoulder height, just release this all together and just come to a nice open gold post arms. You still have the opportunity here to open up the chest. You still have an opportunity to open up the back. There's no sense in trying to bind ourselves up if it's not being constructive. So take a big breath and then undo all of that. Come back to chair. Let's go on to the left side. Take the left leg over. Take the left arm under. And then hug in, skin to muscle to bone. Wrap yourself up and draw in towards your center line. Breathe. Inhale, exhale, release. One more time each side. This time we're going to take a transition though, so be ready for that. We're going to ground, so spread out the toes on your left foot. Wind the right leg around. Wind the right arm under. Lift up. Take a breath. And then under your arms. Take them out to your Tadasana arms. Undo your legs, and then we're going to take the right leg out and move into star. Come back up, tree pose. Take your right leg somewhere onto the left, anywhere up at the joint. Nice work, guys. Press that foot in, ground yourself. Take a breath. And let go, shake it out. Shake out your legs. And let's go to the other side. Everybody back to chair. Left leg over, left arm under. Hug it in. And then release, move your arms apart. Uncross your legs, take the left leg out to the side. Big breath in, see if you can look up to your left hand. Tree pose. And bring your hands to heart center. Draw your shoulders back, roll them back and down your spine. And when you're ready, grow your tree, lift your arms up. Go into wheel if drop backs are in your practice. Maybe fold forward if you need that. Take one more inhale. Exhale, take a fold. Nice, Molly. Good work, everybody. Okay. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. And right side, warrior one. And move into warrior two. Straighten your front leg. And then reach your right hand forward. Exhale, go back. So both of our legs are straight. This is just a reverse triangle. Notice the right side opening up here. Take another breath. Take another exhale. Come back up, warrior two arms. Right leg is still straight. This time reach forward again. And then drop forward. Drop the right hand. Breathe. Notice your feet right here. Like in a metaphysical sense, right? Our feet are for moving forward. And I stepped on a piece of glass the other day after I broke a mason jar in my kitchen, and I thought, like, what are you afraid of moving forward with? What do you guys notice about your feet right now? Take another breath right here. Let your lungs expand. Exhale, twist open. And then go back to warrior two. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Left side, warrior one. Warrior two. And straighten your front leg. Let's reach forward with our left hand. And take it back. Now let that left side body gently open as you reach for the back of the room. Let your right hand slide down the back of your right thigh. Breathe. Take one more big inhale. Come back to warrior two arms. Reach the left hand forward again. Triangle pose. Notice your feet. Spread out your toes. Now press into the knife edge of your back foot. And then press your left hip forward and your right hip back. One more inhale. Exhale, twist open. Rinse out. Warrior two. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Good. Hop or step through. Let's make our way straight onto our backs. All right, start with bridge, start with wheel. Don't should yourself. Do what you're ready for. Press your hips up off the ground. Now, whether your hands are behind your head for wheel or not, that doesn't really matter, but we're going to get up as high as we can in whatever pose we're in. Lift up. And then exhale, lower back down to the ground softly. Use all of your muscles to come out of this like you did to come in. Take a deep breath in, fill up again. Pop back up, braid your wheel, go now. And breathe, really nice wheel, Sam. Everybody breathe. Take a breath in. And let a breath out, come all the way back down. Chin to chest. Rock your knees side to side, fill up again. Braid your wheel. And this time, if wheel's in your practice, get straight up into it. Not because you should, but just because I said so. Get up even higher, guys. This time, get a leg off the ground. Yes, breathe. Take another breath in, lift that leg up even higher. Drop back down onto the ground. We still got to do the other side, so that means one more wheel. Everybody inhale. Everybody exhale. Good, then inhale again, get back up, wheel. And this time, lift up your other leg, straight up into the air. Big breath in. Exhale, lower that leg down, but don't come down just yet, you guys. You have 2 more breaths. Stay right here. Good, breathe. And release. Really good. Come into Supta Baddha Konasana. With the soles of the feet touching. Maybe bring one hand over your heart, bring another hand over your belly. And just be the observer. Sometimes it seems like it's hard to do that, right? Because we're so entangled in our situations and our circumstances. But right now, there's nothing to do. There's nowhere to go. There's just sitting here, observing your breath. This is the miracle of life moving in and out of you right now. Take one more full inhale in through your nose. Exhale back out through your mouth. Downward facing dog. And we're going to do some cardio core. So I'm going to meet you back here on my mat. If you're more of a visual person, you might want to come down onto your knees so you can watch this. If you understand all the poses and you feel like you're going to have a good idea of what I'm talking about, feel free to stay in your down dog. But we're going to do lizard jumps. So a normal lizard would be here. It's just the left foot to the left hand, or here, right foot to right hand. We're going to do both, but we're going to power up through the feet and jump into lizard. So we're going to go lizard, lizard, lizard. If that's too hard on the joints, feel free to step up to it and switch back, but move at a pretty good pace. And notice when I'm doing this, I'm not jacking my hips up out of their position. I'm just kind of letting them lay low in my Tadasana still, taking it back, taking it up, taking it back. I'm also not rounded my upper back. My shoulders are still back. So we're going to do that. Let's do 10, okay? So everybody start in your downward facing dog, make your way into your plank, and then jump your left foot to your left hand and your right foot to your right hand 5 times on each side. Ready, go. Nice work, guys. And keep those hips low, keep your shoulders back. Keep the breath moving. Downward facing dog when you're done. And we should just go into lizard and stay there for a minute. So take your right foot up into the air. Just take a moment to open up the back of that leg. Yeah, press it up as high as you can, almost like you're in standing split. Actually, let's do that. Walk your hands back to your foot. Let's go into standing split for a second. If that's in your practice, great. If you need a little more support, you can keep your hands extended out further in front of you. So maybe not quite a standing split, but like more like a 3-point balance. Just reach your right leg up as high as you can. And walk back out into downward facing dog. Bend your knee, open your hip. And now step that right foot to your right hand, go into lizard. If you've got this in your practice to lower onto your forearms, if you've got that extra space, go ahead and go there. Breathe, guys. If there's any area of your life right now that feels like it's stale or stagnating, this is for that. This is for moving the energy through us for places where it gets stuck. This whole practice is devoted to that. But no place more so than hips. We entered the part of the practice where we're beginning to wind down and slow down to allow the natural breath to return. And then just release what you must. Two more inhales. Downward facing dog. And move your left leg up into the air. Reach it as high as it'll go. Point your left toe. And then start to walk your hands back. Right, close up the gap. Close up as small as you can. Maybe you move your chest onto your thigh. Maybe it's a little bit closer now. But wherever it is, just keep reaching that left leg up. And then walk your hands back to downward dog. Now bend your knee, open up your hip. And then step your left foot to your left hand for lizard. And gently soften down. Downward facing dog. Make your way onto your back. Let's go into fish. If you still got some energy to burn, maybe take Eastern tabletop instead. You can come onto your hands, bring your hands behind you, lining the fingertips up with the heels, and then press up. If you want something a little more restorative, definitely take fish with or without a block or a prop between your shoulder blades. A little less work for you if you choose to use a prop. But just let the head drop back. Let your crown rest on the ground. Let your shoulders and chest open up. Now ask yourself right now, what is it that I need to be open to? Make your way into waterfall. Take your feet up over your head. If shoulder stand is better for you right now, go up into shoulder stand or headstand or anything else in your practice that you're working on. Just get your feet above your head. Breathe. Make your way back down onto your back. Pull your knees onto your chest. Let's go for a supine twist here. So with your knees hugged in, extend the left leg out in front of you. And then pull your right knee over the left side of your body. And come back to center. Hug both your knees in. Again, this time extend your right leg out in front of you. And with the left knee still hugged in, pull it over the right side of the body. Look over your left shoulder. Just gently opening up the spine. And then release. Pull yourself back up into a little ball last time. Think of a reason why you love yourself right now. Hug everything in, skin, muscle, bone, wrap it up tight, give yourself a big hug. Bow your shoulders or bow your head down towards your feet. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, expand to fill your space. And let yourself drop down until you're getting heavier and heavier. And then just allow yourself to dissolve right here. Gently bring your awareness back into the room. Let it reoccupy your body and your space. And then draw that awareness towards your fingers and your toes. Start to move those parts of the body gently. And start to move the wrists, ankles, and move your head from side to side. Anything else that feels good, it feels like it needs to move. Take those final movements. And then pull your knees onto your chest. And roll onto your right side. With your eyes closed, make your way up to your feet. Let's take a big breath in together. And as we do that, imagine that we're just filling up with light and getting lighter in our feet. Almost to the point where we might feel like we're about to just come off the ground. Deep inhale. Hold it. Let it go. Bring your hands to heart center. Let's finish with an Om. Bring your thumb knuckles to forehead center. Together we bow to one another and ourselves. Namaste.
No.
Good work, everybody. You can unmute yourselves if you have anything you want to say. The only announcement I've got today is that we have a beginner intro series coming up. It starts on Wednesday. If any of you guys know anybody who is kind of new to yoga right now and wants to learn the ropes, this is a really good opportunity. It's $79. You can sign up to our website or you can call me. I'd love to help you guys. But yeah, that's something that we is leading Monday and Wednesday and Friday nights from 7 to 8:30. And it's like an 8-week course for $79. It's a really good deal. If you guys are interested in that or know anyone who might be, let me know. Do you guys have any questions?
No, thank you very much, Amber.
You're so welcome. Thank you for coming, all of you.
Thank you, Amber.
Such a nice day. You're welcome. Go be outside. Go have fun.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Thank you. I'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.